One of the most frustrating moments in property acquisition is to get the documents on deck. This process is at times very, very frustrating, and people tend to ask, how long does it actually take for some certain documents to be present here in Cameroon, and to break that down to you so that you understand when a certain document needs to be available, so that when you want to purchase a property and they give you a date that does not link or does not rhyme to the time frame I'm giving you, because this is due diligence I've done to bring this information to you, and then you can start suspecting. For example, if you want to buy a property and they tell you that the land certificate is coming out today, we applied yesterday, that's already a red flag. But before we get there, this is your real estate consultant in the Growing Corridors and Axis in the city of Buea in the southwest region of Cameroon. Of course, I always guide you secure lands that due diligence has been done on those properties so that you can invest your money, and of course you receive a turn on investment. The first thing you want to take note of is that documents have a length of time that they come out. I will handle some few documents in this video, while I will do another video to handle other documents. The first document I want to handle is a sales agreement. The sales agreement can be done in a day. So you pay your money, they give you the receipt of acknowledgement, and then the person that has that property, if it's a private property or is sold by a company, they sign your sales agreement and they give you a day or two is enough for a sales agreement to be ready. The next document I want to talk about is the site plan. The site plan can take a week or two because you need a registered surveyor to go to that place of land. That process called allocation, right? They check out the property, they show you your boundaries, the topography and everything, and then they map it out, and then they draw your site plan. The last document I want us to talk about is the land certificate. The land certificate can take a month, 2, or even a year, and this is the reason why the land certificate takes that long, because the land certificate gives you a proof of ownership that you are the sole owner of a particular property, that even the government cannot take that property from you except they do due compensation before they take that property. The reason why it takes this long is because the government needs to come to that property and do what we call land verification. The reason why they do this is because they don't want a situation wherein you have a swampy area but you present something else. So they need to come and be sure that what you presented in your documents is what is actually on ground. The next thing the government needs to come and do is what they call surveying and mapping. They come with a state registered surveyor, they map the area, they map your particular property, they do the boundaries, and they check to see that that place that you have is not a motorable area where maybe a highway is supposed to pass. So they do surveying and mapping. The next thing they do is that they do publication and objection. They put out the documents of the property on their board, and then they wait for objection, maybe dispute or multiple ownership. They wait for all these objections maybe for a month. If nobody shows up, and then they are sure that this property actually is yours, and then now they can proceed with what we call administrative processes. So the property needs to be signed maybe by the person in charge of land certificates in your division, and then that property becomes yours with you owning the land title. That is why the land title takes a very long time. So now you see that if you want to buy properties and somebody says the land title is coming out tomorrow because we applied yesterday, then you see that that is a red flag. You need to doubt that person, and of course, if it's possible, you run. I remain your favorite real estate consultant in the city of Buea in the southwest region of Cameroon, and I remain reachable through the numbers on your screen. You can always get to us, so we secure properties that are highly appreciating and can give you a turnover on investment very fast. Of course, till next time, stay blessed and take care of yourself.